25% profit in the past 24 hours, volatility out of the wazoo. We got some porn on the brain, and we are looking at an 80% chance of becoming bullish. Hello, welcome to Big Wick Energy, a 100% automated copy trading bot fully managed by the Block Party trading team. It's exclusively available on Mizar, and if you want to get access, just head on over to Mizar.ai, check out the marketplace, and we're right there. If you want a truly set and forget experience with automated trading, then this is for you. There is no monthly subscription. We only get paid if we win. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us grow and bring you more awesome content. Enough yapping. Let's get into those trades. So first of all, let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what it's doing to gauge what the sentiment of the market is saying. Now, interestingly, yesterday I had a view that we're looking like kind of a triangle of consolidation moving in towards here. But then we saw a failed breakout here and then again a failed breakout down here. And this quickly changed into what's called a descending broadening wedge. And a descending broadening wedge is more commonly seen or noticed, should I say, when we're looking at like big parabolic runs and the price movement is getting really exaggerated as it moves up. And more often than not, and I'm sure like you, I have been caught on these massive dumps when they go cascading down and they break this trend line support. Those are, ascending broadening wedges, and they are heavily bearish. And we are seeing a shorter term, as of around about 1st of August, a descending broadening wedge. And these things actually have around about a 79%, based on historical data, of course. Historical data is no guarantee of future results, but it has around about a 79% chance of breaking out upwards, which is great. There's also, according to Bulkowski, 2005 research here, it says that it'll go 33% from here. Now, the reality is we could apply that to anything. Realistically, I think Bitcoin's going to go about 200%, maybe 300%, maybe 400% from here at some point, But short term, I think that's kind of more what we are interested in. And, breaking out from this channel here, hopefully I wasn't pressing caps lock. Then we'll be going about a comfortable 10% before we get to the top of this longer term range. Most importantly for me is I really want to break up out of this range and kind of make sure that we don't end up in this, proving this bear flag pattern right, because that would just suck. We've seen loads of volatility over the past week, which has been, good for some kind of scalping, but a bit of a nightmare for setting up, more longer term swing trades. And arguably, it's actually been pretty good fun for DCA strategies. We saw options expiry today, and no surprise as well, volatility. I think it says about 4 p.m. London time. I haven't been following that too closely, to be quite honest. The volatility has just been insane regardless. But interestingly, we had some fun news today that Visa and MasterCard have stopped partnering with PornHub, which is interesting because it's some of the most viewed website globally in the world. And realistically, it's going to be crypto that will jump in and save the day. I say save the day, but, provide a payment mechanism there. So with, there's so many bullish aspects to that with eyes on crypto. There's going to be many eyes on crypto for that now. But also, the actual application of people purchasing it, anonymously. But hey, any kind of application of crypto like this, introduction to the mainstream, whatever it may be, it seems a little bit ironic that it's crypto and porn. A lot of, the older generation will be like, ooh, typical, but who cares? Who cares? Like, this is 2022, like, get with the times. But, we're going to have a look at a surface look at Bitcoin today, and these are kind of my projections of where we're going. If things start to get a bit bearish, then we will probably head down to around about 22,200. I am bullish long-term on Bitcoin. I say mid-term, should I say, once we break out of here. I feel like we are going to break out of here. Like I said, Bulkowski tells me we've got a 79% chance of breaking up. We still have this short-term CME gap to fill. We bounced off previously quite nicely off this POC line down here. We do still have a nice deal of support here, and also the 20 DEMA to potentially bounce off as well. But failing that as well, to kind of continue on this broadening wedge pattern, we can actually go quite safely down to 22,200. Breaking down that, then yes, you might want to sweat a little bit, because we can start to go down towards this danger zone here where we don't really want to break out of 21,300, because then things can get pretty messy. But if we start to bounce around this mid area and head back up, then that would be just great news. And we can start to target around about 25,600, at which point you can bet your bottom dollar that we are going to see some massive movement in the alts. There's going to be a lot of bullish sentiment that will come from there. We are heading into the weekend though, guys. We know that there is much lower volume around then. The retail traders tend to get a lot more trigger happy, but also the bears always come out to play because people get a bit very panicky, people get a lot of FUD, and also it's when the bigger institutions and banks and people like that like to mess around a lot. That's when they'll do their little stealth moves, and they'll completely disrupt the market because nobody's really kind of prepared for it. No one's really expecting it. Although if you've been in crypto long enough, you should be expecting some sort of stupidity to happen on the weekend. So long story short, don't go too crazy with trades. Certainly kind of high leverage trades going into the weekend. It can, kill you a little bit. But, that being said, the past kind of few days has just been absolutely nuts in Bitcoin. We have been respecting these trend lines and support resistances so much that, there isn't too much that's going to surprise me. Like I said, if we break up and we end up heading to 25,000 over the next 2 days, wouldn't be surprised. Equally, if we head on down to 21,300, wouldn't be surprised. So we're looking at like about a 4K swing here that we could be looking at. But that being said, I'm confident that we're not going to be heading down. I don't feel we'll head down on 23K. So I'm relatively bullish in general. So it kind of filled me with a lot of confidence after all this analysis. And if you want to have a little bit more of a deeper look into some of my analysis here, then you can follow me on TradingView under Crypto Christian, crypto with a K, because that was what I thought was cool when I came up with the handle there. And TradingView doesn't let you change your username. So there you go, like a tattoo, live with it. And this is a kind of more deeper analysis, and there's a lot of stuff on what the daily news is. We covered some of it. Coinbase is under a bit of heat. They are pretty much like Bitcoin at the moment. One day they are bullish AF, the next day they're getting subpoenaed, or is that Binance that's getting subpoenaed? But also there's Elon Musk. He was doing a bit of a live chat, expects a recession. Not a surprise. It's kind of been confirmed, if I'm being honest. But also something interesting as well, there's a lot of metrics here as well, kind of looking at exchanges, miners, on-chain, sentiment and derivatives, all stuff that is immutable, unforgeable, information that's occurring on the blockchain. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing that daily, so you can definitely check it out. Also, we kind of post this a lot more in depth with a bit more analysis within Premium. So if you want to, really look behind the curtain and get a bit of a better gauge on what's going on in the market, then it's worth checking out. But like I said, if we know what Bitcoin's doing, we will generally have a good idea of what the market's going to be doing. So like I said, I'm bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. I think we might be going down, but ultimately we are going to be heading up in the longer term. Therefore, DCA is perfect for this, and we can be a little bit more trigger happy. So in that case, I've got 20 trades open on Big Wick Energy, or the Block Party portfolio, out of a possible 30. Still not crazy overexposed by any standards, but we'll run through in alphabetical order, as we always do, to see what we're looking at. Agave. If you're into tequila, you'll probably be familiar with that. Agave. This was so frustrating the past 24 hours. So much volume came in. We managed to close out, I think it was 5 key deals with Atom, Mana, Theta, Flow, and Chili's. I'm sure, guys, if you've been in crypto at all over the past 24 hours, Flow, you would have seen Meta is doing a whole jiggery pokery on the Flow blockchain, and that went absolute nuts. It went about 50 or 60% in a couple of candles. Frustratingly, I saw that tweet. I actually posted that news in our premium channel, went away and did something that was obviously incredibly pressing, and I didn't put a trade out in it straight away, which I should have done. I should have put an own trade out in that straight away, but left it a little bit late. But we got in and we got a nice little 5 or 6% out of it as well, so I'm not losing too much sleep over it. Chili's is an interesting one. That kind of pumped quite nicely. Dreyfus is the CEO of Chili's, and he likes to do these little eye emojis on his Twitter every time he's about to announce something, and the Chili's community generally goes quite crazy over that. And it will usually be something like he's bought a new pair of slippers or something of that nature, but sometimes it is actually pretty big, so people buy a lot of the rumor there. But you know, I'm happy. You know, we made 25% over the past 24, so I'm not shedding any bear tears at the moment. And you know, Aave is still got this news behind it. I'm super bullish on this. Like I said, with any kind of strong news articles or news releases, it's all about just controlling your average buy. We're going to get there at some point, and if I start to see any more news trickling in about Aave and this GHO stablecoin, and depending on whether it's bullish, bearish, then we'll pretty much gauge the trade on that. Cardano, they just opened a little bridge with Atom or the Cosmos blockchain, and again, as you can see, it pumped pretty much instantly. We went up 3.5%, but Bitcoin managed to take out a lot of these really bullish moves on these trades right just before they got to TP. I considered actually closing this trade when Atom closed, but I just figured, you know, it's Cardano. There's quite a lot going on with it at the moment. It's going to get there at some point. I'm in no rush. AMP is a real high-risk speculative trade, but it got obviously delisted from Coinbase over it being a security from the SEC, and it went straight down. And it's one of those things, as you can see, that's just a volume spike. I thought, oh no, that's a wick. Damn, fool. It went straight back down, and as you can see, this is a massive telltale sign that there are buyers here, and there are people ready to buy the dip. We're being quite respondent to this, might not be the word. We're responding to this support really nicely, and that is on a slightly high time frame, a real nice double bottom. So the reality is here, we only need 5%. I think this is probably going to spike quite nicely because I say the worst of it is out the way. I think people have already moved on. They're not getting confidence back in it, but it's not really done anything wrong. It's just a security. Nothing's changed. So that was just pure kind of FUD, you know? So I think it's just going to pop back up, and that's pretty straightforward, to be honest. AVAX, can't go wrong with it. Again, it's looking quite nice. Everything is pointing in a relatively bullish direction. We had a little breakout of this local support, which is what I was looking at. And we've come back down for a retest. So simple as really, just going to enter there. Might have to close it at 4% just to be safe. As a rule of thumb, I'll generally, if I'm looking at the trade and it's within 1% of my TP, certainly with bot trading as well, I'll generally close it because I can't drag up the trailing stop loss in the actual mechanism that I'm using at the moment. So I'll probably just close it there. BNB down. Oh, I'm slowly starting to hate BNB because this is doing so well. BNB is taking off, and that means my BNB trade is going down. So we've just filled an SO3 there, and we're currently within 17.5%. So again, I like to get all my trades done and dusted within 4 safety orders. So I've still got 1 here that I can pick up, and I've lowered it a further, like I think 30%, which is only a 10% drop in the 3x tokens. So if it does go down there, then again, not too worried. But yeah, we kind of want to see a bit of a BNB dump. That'd be quite nice, and we can get out some of these down tokens. As I said, I'm turning a little bit bullish now. So I wouldn't mind closing out those hedged tokens now. What else we got? We got dots. Yeah, we've still got a bit of news behind this. Like I've said with everything in regards to news, I would have preferred to get in on this trade when I heard about when I actually heard about the news, as opposed to going to make a cup of tea and then entering. But you know, it is what it is. And again, stupid Bitcoin, it stopped the party. Otherwise, we'd have sailed straight through that. Probably actually gone a little bit higher. So actually debating maybe increasing this to around about, probably about 10%, because we all like round numbers. But it says 4.5, it's actually 5% right now. Ethereum, god damn it, same again. You know, Bitcoin came along and absolutely ruined the party. We saw a nice little 7% move, which is big, you know, big for the second biggest market cap in crypto. And it's huge, but we are coming down. And what is quite significant about here is, get rid of that so you can see it cleanly. What I do like about this bit is, you know, we've got this quite, you know, obvious, oh, there's the trend lines. That's not what we wanted to see. Yeah, so we're right in the middle of this consolidating triangle, which means that, like Bitcoin, if we were to go to the bottom of that range, it should take us down to around about this region here, at which point we'd bounce. I mean, kind of debating closing that, looking at it now, but again, you know, so we're still within a nice DCA range, so I think ultimately the market is going to go up, so I think that's just me being a little bit impatient. H-bar, I mean, this is just like a textbook breakout of a channel, so I'm not doing anything there. That would have gone to target had Bitcoin not have taken it out. So we have broken out. We're on a retest here of local support. Bing bang, that's going to go. HNT starting to actually follow this trajectory. So this is just a wait and see, guys. To be honest, I'm not going to be putting any more capital into this at this stage, unless we break out of this trend line and retest. And if we do, then I'll probably put a safety order around about here, providing there's plenty of volume that's coming in, and get the safety order down and get the average price down to around about here, and bring the take profit to just under this resistance of this peak here. And that should be it, and we can finally get out of HNT and never trade it again. Now, there's nothing against HNT, it's actually a very good asset, but we just got in at a pretty shitty time. Link down, I'm not, again, worried about this. It's same kind of shtick as BNB. You know, if we see a dump, which we could see a short-term dump in BTC, then I think we'll probably get out of these trades pretty pronto. Link moves, it moves fast, it moves up and down fast. So this will be here today, gone tomorrow, kind of thing. So again, not worried. Matic, just like Matic is great. It just keeps on going and going, and there's so much good support behind it from the community that when it does have good news, it does react to it. Like, it's a bit of a no-brainer. And guys, we're sleeping on the Disney accelerator news with Matic right now. It's that's gonna boom at some point, and it'll be one of those things where everyone will be like, oh god damn it, I wish I got in on that. You know, it's just like, now you know about it right now. So don't sleep on that news. That's huge. It's Disney. So yeah, like I said, are we worried about being 2% below target? No, this thing's gonna 2-3x at some point. So we will just keep on trading Matic. We'll turn that 200% into double. We keep on trading it in this kind of sentiment and riding that bull wave up. Quantum, so we've got news behind it. You know what I say about news? We've just got to control these average buys. We've got a perfect little breakout of this trend line. Again, got a teeny tiny little bull flag going there, which is forming literally another one as we speak. So, yep, this is just going to go straight up. Famous last words. Hate saying that. It's going to go straight up. Shiba Inu, got the announcement of the game. I've got a conspiracy as well based on the porn news earlier on. If there's going to be assets that are going to be used for this kind of like payment mechanism on porn sites, I've got a feeling SHIB might end up showing its face at some point. SNX, this is just annoying. Look at the state of this. So we have Bitcoin to purely blame. Hello, how much is that? Let's just, for the sake of the video, see how much that just shafted me by. Ooh, caps lock again. Yeesh, that's a nice 0.007%. 0.07%. good work. But hey, like I said, you know, that has actually crashed pretty hard afterwards. But again, not too worried. Look at this kind of. We'll come down to this trend line and we'll bounce up. That's off to the races. Solana. This is very much like the rest of them. Daisy. You know, look at that kind of pattern. We've broken out here. We're seeing these. We are seeing actually a bearish divergence right here as it goes. Nope, not there. No, that's a bit of a fakey from the old alpha wave. We can actually ignore that bearish divergence. That's great news. Okay, cool. So we actually have a very nice bullish divergence here where we bounced off. And I would hazard a guess if we head back to here as well, by eye, this is a nice longer term bounce as well. So up, down, and yeah, we could come down to around about this region here, and I feel that should shoot up pretty high. My only thing that I'm not doing at the moment is raising my TPs. I have all these projected targets that are around about 10% and stuff. I'm not being too hasty on increasing the take profits just yet, even though I feel they're going to go a bit further. Bitcoin is just a bit shaky. The market is just a bit shaky at the moment. So I'd much rather capture those 4 or 5, 9%, and, it's TPE, take profit early. Don't ever be afraid of that. Nobody ever lost money taking profit. So don't spend your days thinking what if. Just trust me, looking at those hanging red deals is a lot more painful than looking at 1% less profit than you would have hoped to have got. So it's, to me, basically saying don't be greedy without saying don't be greedy. TRX down, same basket as Link down and BNB down, although it's not really doing a great deal. I mean, TRX was actually one of the ones that was showing quite a lot of strength during bearish moves from BTC, which was relatively unusual. It was actually one of the reasons I actually got into it, because it just looked like it was going down. And lo and behold, it kind of pumped. And then it got us into this annoying downward cycle. But like I said, if BTC does dump pretty hard, then I think it's going to close a lot of these trades. We are working with 3x tokens here, so going to move 3 times as fast. Monero was one of the trades actually in premium that went out. My colleague Robotnik posted this one. Not gonna lie, I absolutely love XMR. I think I love it. I don't care much for the blockchain. I actually love just the trading of it. We are just such a quintessential symmetrical triangle there. It's kind of painful. And when we kind of when we're coming into a bullish style like this, into these kind of triangles, there's quite a high chance that they're going to break out upwards. Again, this is a perfect example of I should really be increasing my take profit to around about there, the first kind of significant 200 DEMA. But for the most part, like I said, the market is just shaky. If it goes on, okay, we lose out on 5% profit, but it's going to retrace, and I'll just get in here, and it's going to continue going up. If we break these significant resistances, then it's kind of such a bullish sign that we'll just keep on getting in on the dips and on the pullbacks. XRP, as I said in previous videos, I'm just going to keep on entering this. I feel like we've just reached a bottom in XRP, a macro bottom for sure. There's really not much else you can throw at this guy. It's been through the ringer, and it's just a good asset. I know that this is kind of tipped for a lot of like CBDCs. Institutions were super into it before; they will be super into it again, and we just need the SEC case to, flip. And this is the kind of thing that will be going absolutely parabolic, like crazy parabolic. And the dumb thing as well is it's probably the most covered news article over the past year or so. Everyone knows about it, and everyone's so tired of hearing about it, but there's probably not a lot of people like actually investing in it. If you're not holding XRP or Ethereum, like, are you even in crypto? Like, it's one of those things. I think like I even saw like BitBoy of all people like literally saying that. I was like, I actually agree with that. And yep, one of those assets. ZEC, nice breakout. This is kind of don't see, this is the kind of breakout we want to see. This is a really bullish move, because this is actually quite a bearish pattern, and quite commonly you'll see it kind of ping out the bottom there. But for it to break out of the top of this pattern and also through the 50D EMA like it just is nothing. The only thing that stopped us was this recent peak, which is not surprising, and it slowed us down. And you know what, like, we've just seen BTC dump hard, like quite hard, and it should have taken this out a lot, but you know, we've lost 2.8%. so yeah, this is going to go. ZEC was just this was one of my new trades today. Like, it's a bit of a no-brainer, to be quite honest. Anyway, guys, it's a bit of a longer video today because we had 20 trades to look at. We had a lot to look at in regards to BTC. We're going to be taking 2 days off now because I need a weekend as well. But we'll be coming back to you with the block party trading portfolio analysis, market analysis. Of course, all of these trades are done for you on Big Wick Energy, available exclusively on Mizar. It is totally free to give it a go at. You only get charged when we win new trades and we make profit. So it's a bit of a win-win scenario. And of course, please give us a like and a subscribe on YouTube. It helps us bring you more of this awesome content, and it makes us feel good that people are following us and watching us. So have a good weekend, guys, and stay safe out there.